A quick demo of the Copilot that I have created using the Copilot Studio. My Copilot is called Sparky, and I am using it for basic device management task. It's your imagination, you can leverage it to do all the tasks. It's AI enabled and it's using dynamic chaining also. So let me show you quick things first. uh, Copilot details. So this is the name that I have given, Sparky, and icon that I have uploaded. Advanced, I'm not putting anything specific here. AI integration tools, if you want to collaborate it or integrate it with cognitive services, or if you have your own Copilot, for example created in upon Azure OpenAI, then you can use it. Generative AI, that's interesting. So I'm using generative AI to boost the Copilot reach. For example, I'm using google.com for doing internet search, and I have my own SharePoint site which I'm using it here. If you want to upload specific data that the Copilot should be limiting to search, for example, I've uploaded an enterprise book for Android, so the limit is up to 3 MB per file. You can simply upload it and drag it here. Channels, if you want to publish your Copilot to a specific channel, then you can use. Right now I'm using Teams for publishing it as an organization wide Copilot. You want to publish it, then Microsoft allows you to publish it to a large number of tools where you can integrate it with. Security, since I'm using said like I'm using it for Teams, so authentication is used only for Teams and Power App. If I'm using no authentication, then you need to call certain logics or like flow for authentication, or it might ask users to authenticate. So for simplicity, I'm using a Teams here only. Okay, so the benefit here of this Copilot is that something new which is called Actions Preview. So earlier we need, when we create a topic, we need to go to topic and then create a flow. We still need to create a flow, but now these flows are like dynamic chaining, they are enabled there. So just you add a action, which is now they call it preview actions, as which is still in preview, and it calls the action directly. And then they are more AI enabled. For example, if I go to get device compliance, so this is a flow or a Power Automate created. So this is a plugin name I've given. Inputs, so you have option to dynamically fill in the best option or set as value. So I've set a string of which I've called a variable, which I'll be using for getting the device ID. So I'm using it as input. Output is like the compliance state will be shown to the user, and the AI would be automatically creating a dynamic content or message for the user itself. Okay, so then topics. So this is the main difference that we see here as compared to the previous Power Virtual Agent, where we didn't had this dynamic chaining. So we need to create our own topics, and then we need to, if we need to create use AI, then we need to use third-party integration of them. So when we start this, create this bot or a Copilot, some topics are pre-built here, and for example, this conversation start, end of conversation, these are pre-built. And then I've created certain my own custom topics here. And if you see the trigger here, that almost for everyone I'm using dynamic chaining, so which gives it a boost to the conversation it has to the user. For example, let me take the first one here. Which one should I take? System conversation start I take. So this starts with a greeting. Like for example, on conversation start, it pulls up like the user display name because it's with a team, so it automatically picks up username. So hello, for example, hello Somesh, I am a bot name here, Sparky, and it gives you thing. Then it automatically I'm calling a plugin here, that's a smart thing here. So it automatically pulls up the user device, shows them the device here, and then I'm ending this topic here, so that redirected to a new topic. So if I go to this topic, then since I'm using it as a virtual assistant or shadow IT, so I'm giving a user certain options. For example, check device compliance, report lost or stolen device. If there are any ongoing issues in a tenant which I want the user to be aware of, I can simply click call a Power App to or Power Automate to show the ongoing issues. Similarly, I have integrated with the service now, where user can simply one click check the status of his tickets or request, or he can ask this Sparky to create a new ticket. Knowledge base articles, that's most important, because if for example nowadays we have a SharePoint knowledge base on SharePoint, or for example if you're in service now, and a one-click integration in which you will be presenting user all the knowledge base articles. So this is the sort of map for my Power Virtual Agent or the Copilot. So depending on the topic, I'm redirecting it to different subtopics. And here, for example, if I'm here I'm allowing my Copilot for to browse the internet also. So I'm using uh, like google.com is a public website where a user can search internet also. So let's see it in action. So I go to overview, I go to Copilots, I click Sparky, and it immediately starts off that hello Somesh. So it knows me because I'm authenticated using Teams, or I have passed my UPN here, so it's authenticated here. And it pulls up, let me show it again. So here we can see that it starts calling the actions or the logic. So from password reset, so this is a custom text that you can pass. It goes to Intune to fetch all the devices that are enrolled by me. So it gives me the device name and the device ID. Some things are missing because while testing I wiped those devices. So you can customize this option depending upon how you want to show the data here. So it shows me that here are your enrolled devices, and so when I clicking here it shows me which step it has passed. And now it's expecting me to pass a device ID. Let's take one, which is one here. All right, I'll take this one. So I copy paste and please type the exact ID, because we are not using device name, because it's if I'm using device name then I have to use the device name to get the device ID, and that's get more complex. So now it says that okay, now I got the details, what do you want me to check? And so this is now redirecting me to support options, and the option that I've configured, for example, device compliance, report lost or stolen device, ongoing issues. If I'm having general questions, then it can search me for the KB, status of the tickets, request new knowledge, and knowledge base articles. So for the sake of this demo, I click device compliance check. So it calls up my again a new action or purview where it's calling up a flow, and the device is non-compliant. So looking up device compliance, and so this is all how you can use this flow to make it more user friendly and interactive. So it says that my device issue detected. I don't want to leave this page, and then it says that I have just a demo text that I can pass in here. It's up to you how you want to configure this to show more links to user, for example, if your own KBs, that how to check for compliance issues. Okay, so I have lost my device. I say I have lost my device. Let's see how my Copilot or Sparky reacts to it. All right, so it's because since I'm using dynamic chaining, so it understands what I want to express here, or what I want help from the bot basically. So like since I'm using dynamic chaining here, I can show you how it actually looks like. Support options, leave, and so I went from here to lost or stolen device. So this is the thing which makes it more intelligent. So in earlier Power Virtual Agent, you have to type everything. So I just edited with Copilot, and I simply said that I want a action which is for lost or stolen devices. So all this text is automatically generated with AI. You can modify it. So I have not modified it, and then I'm just calling few uh, logics to check what is here. So is that I'm sorry to hear that device is lost. If I want to wipe my device, it says yes or no. So I said yes because my device is stolen, and then it sent a wipe commands to Intune, and it's waiting for Intune to sync. I am sorry to hear device, unfortunately I don't have any information about the status location of your device. The wipe command has been successfully sent. So if you see this, I have not passed it anywhere. It just the dynamic chaining or the AI that is using, so to check where what happens with the device. Okay, now as for example, as say that I want SharePoint knowledge base. Let's see how it takes it. Yeah. So it's even though second tracking is I'm keeping of it, but it's now it's Copilot, so it travels between the different topics, and I simply as a user say that I want information in knowledge base. So it says me that you can go to the IT help desk sharepoint.com, and where you can find all the information. Okay, then can you browse internet for me? Yeah, will it? Let's see. It's trying to go to the topic here, and where it is. Okay, still working. Let me rephrase it. How can I sync my device using company portal? So ideally it should browse internet for me, and the public website, that is google.com, that I have passed it should go through those website and give me the answers, but seems something is broken here. Okay, flow, it's failed, but let me trigger it again. Demo gods are not with me, so let's try one more time. Okay, and I paste the device ID here. Okay, now I go to here, knowledge base articles. What would like to search? Okay, I same question, for example, how can I wipe my device, or no, or let's rephrase it. What is Intune, what is company portal app used for in Windows devices? My English, what is company portal? Okay, so let's see if it goes through internet now. Yes, so now when it searched the internet and gave me the answer that the purpose of the company portal app on Windows devices, sorry, is allow administrative. So whatever it gets information, it shows me here. So just a quick demo, and totally up to our imagination as MDM admin, what we want to do, or how we would like to make our Copilot more intelligent. The how we enable this dynamic chaining is one setting that I'm showing you. If I go to AI plugins, uh, generative AI, right here, you need to make sure that this toggle is turned on to use the dynamic chaining with generative actions. This is still in preview, and this is only available in the US region. So if your tenant or your environment is set up in a region other than US, then this will be grayed out for you. So to use dynamic chaining with generative actions, make sure that you set up your tenant in US region, sorry, not tenant, your instance of Copilot Studio in US, and then you switch it on. Once you switch this on, the dynamic chaining will be enabled. So I'm using here boost coverage mode also to get the answer, because for example these logic that we saw here for lost device all are boosted and powered with generative AI. So this is just an example. Try to explore it more and come up with some good ideas. This will be really helpful if you want to get rid of your day-to-day task as a for your service desk. Also, they will get more flexibility and you will get more happy users. Thank you.